Hey y'all, welcome back to Kimchi Redneck's Kitchen. I feel like that's where I spend most of my days lately, but when you're in a heat wave and you've got restrictions on how many people can be in a party,
Yeah, only being able to have two people is kind of boring.
but I mean, even though we are just two people, it's also still really, really hot out there, and neither one of us really wants to melt that much. Somebody's got to be alive to feed the dogs, and the dogs agree with this message. So, what do you do when there's a heat wave? You kind of don't really want to order from delivery. We love delivery, but
Don't get me wrong, we love delivery.
you guys have seen that. We love delivery. But I've been cooking a lot lately just because I have been home and I feel like I should be. But, you know, wifely duties and all. So, today I was like, Chuck, I've got chicken, I've got udon noodles. So he's like, go see Seonkyoung Longest and see what she's got. And wouldn't you know it, she's got a chicken bulgogi recipe for chicken bulgogi udon noodles. So today's recipe is from Seonkyoung Longest. Find the link in the description. And that is what we're making. We are making chicken bulgogi udon noodles because yum.
So bulgogi is a normal, I don't know if you would call it traditional, but it is a normal Korean dish. You can get it at pretty much any restaurant almost.
And we've eaten it at quite a few.
If you walk into a place that serves food, you've got like a 7 out of 10 chance that they serve bulgogi there.
Well, bulgogi is also one of the standard dishes that a lot of people, so most people when they're first trying Korean food are going to try either the Korean barbecue on the grill, or they're going to try the bulgogi, or they're going to try the bibimbap.
Yep.
Those are your three standards that people will go for.
Galbi, bulgogi, or bibimbap. Those are your first three for foreigners.
Yeah. So for us, we've had all of those. I haven't made galbi at home yet, so maybe that's a future.
Maybe that's a future one.
Maybe that's a future. I have made bulgogi before. I have definitely made bibimbap. That was our first one we made. So we're going to make a different version of bulgogi. I'm super excited to try it out. We love udon, and this is going to be fun. So the very first step is going to be mixing our marinade. All right. So I've already sliced our chicken, and I sliced, this is about a pound of chicken. It is sliced very thin. And I also added some onion because it's not going to marinate for very long. And so that onion being in this marinade is going to help that onion to, or help that chicken to break down and be softer and more tender, which is what we're going to need since it's not getting a long marinade. But it's 1 pound of chicken breast with just a little bit of onion added. We do have more onion for later for when we're cooking. For our marinade, we're going to start out with 5 cloves of garlic grated. Thank you, place that makes our minced garlic. Then we've got 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. We've already got that done too.
Korea thankfully makes almost all the stuff that you need pre-grated. Such a lifesaver.
We're going to do our soy sauce, which is 3 tablespoons. Then we've got 2 tablespoons of mirin. I'm going to have a lot of dishes later if anyone noticed that. We've got, actually for us, we've got 1.5 tablespoons of plum extract because Chuck and I both really love plum extract. So then we're going to add our sugar. We've got 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, which I probably could have put a little bit more in for Chuck because he does love his black pepper. Isn't that like your favorite seasoning?
I like peppers in general.
All right, I'm going to give it a quick mix with my spoon first just because I have so much on my spoon. And then I'm whisking. All right. So, just so you guys know, I have also chopped up some bell pepper because we do love bell pepper with our bulgogi. It's not maybe traditional, but it's what we like. So I already have that, and then I have the rest of that medium half of onion already sliced up and ready to go. And I have 2 packets of pre-prepared udon noodles, which will run under some water and have them ready because they're basically going to stir fry with everything. They're already cooked. All right, so for this chicken, I'm going to go ahead and pour the marinade over it. Yes, Sookie Dog, I am pouring the marinade. Actually, that sounds like May May.
Yes, May May. Why are you barking at my chair, May May? What did my chair do to you?
Because reasons. And then I'm just going to use a spoon here to mix everything up really good. Like I said, having that onion in there is going to help get that to tenderize. That way I don't have to worry about, because chicken breast can dry out a little bit and also can be a little tough if it doesn't have a little bit of time for its marinade to tenderize it. So this, you can marinate it overnight, but it's not necessary. She says about 10 minutes will do the job. I'm probably going to give it about 30 minutes to an hour. just because I like a little extra flavor added, but this is going to cook that flavor in anyways, just because that's what it does. That's what bulgogi does.
It's not just a marinade, it's a glaze.
It's a sauce. All right, so we will see you guys in just a little bit when we get the frying pan out and start the frying process in about an hour.
Yay.
All right, welcome back. We are ready to start cooking. It's been about an hour. I mixed this up really well. So we're going to start with the very first step, which for her would be onions, but since we are doing peppers, I'm going to put my peppers in first. So we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. This is just a canola oil into a high heat wok. And we're going to start, like I said, with our peppers.
And remember, if you're cooking on one of these little butane stoves, they get hot fast.
Oh yeah.
You see that? It's already sizzling. That thing's been on for like 20 seconds.
So for me, my goal here with the peppers is to get them a little bit wilty, kind of like you would if you're sauteing peppers for just about anything.
Softened.
I want to soften them and maybe get a little bit of a little, I hate to call it burn, but a little bit of a
little char.
And then I'm going to throw onions in just a couple seconds, because this will stay in here while we're cooking our chicken bulgogi. We also have chopped up our green onion, which green onion and sesame oil and sesame seed are our garnish. And because you can't eat Korean food without some banchan, we have some kimchi. And these are, what are these again?
Marinated black beans or something?
Marinated soybeans or something?
Yeah, black beans or soybeans.
Marinated beans that Chuck really likes. I'm going to go ahead and add our onion in. Yes, that was a rice bowl with onion. I ran out of my little prep bowls. Again, we are now just stir frying. You want your onion to be a little bit translucent. So she says about 2 minutes or until your onion is golden. So I guess I want it a little more than translucent. A little more char, like I said earlier. If I can't get enough char, I'll just have to pull out the flame, huh? But today we have multiple things of gas cans. So if we run out, we're good. Not like the other day when we were cooking and we had to steal the one from our torch. We were watching something the other day that talked about how many gas cans in Korea is like the leading place.
There's that Pork Belly Rhapsody or whatever it's called on Netflix. And yeah, the guy was talking about like of all the butane can business in the world, like 90% of it's in South Korea or something.
And we were like, I could see it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, we're starting to get a little bit of golden, but I want to see a little bit more. I see one onion that's got a little bit on there. I don't want it to get a burn, but I do want a little more char on that. All right, so we've got a little bit of char going on our peppers here, a little bit on the onion, so we don't burn it. We're going to go ahead and add in our chicken bulgogi with the little bit of onion that I had in the marinade. All right.
Eye placement is very important. If your fire is not under your pan, it's not cooking anything.
Well, you did just move my pan, did you
know,
not?
That was my fault.
I was going to say, I didn't move that.
In case anybody was wondering why I snuck into the side and moved the pan, it's caterwonky on the fire.
All right, so this is going to cook, she says, for about 3 to 4 minutes or until your chicken is done. So obviously you want to give your chicken time enough to cook because nobody likes raw chicken. So I'm going to keep mixing it a little bit too because it's got garlic in the mix and I don't want the garlic to burn. So we got out our torch, we torched it a little bit, gave it a little bit of char, gave it a little bit of fire. Now we're going to add our prepackaged udon noodles in. Kind of mix them in a little bit while we still got a little bit of liquid.
Yeah, let me get that part.
Okay, you can do that part.
Using the stick's probably going to break a lot of noodles.
Well, if you know what you're doing, then I am willing to let you be my cook. I'm usually willing to let him be the cook anyways. So with your udon noodles in there, you're going to do about 2 to 3 minutes of stir frying with that. Her udon noodles were frozen. Ours were not frozen, so that does give it a little bit more.
Ours were refrigerated.
Ours were refrigerated.
Honestly, the whole Korean, like, instant ingredient thing where you can get pre-done ramen noodles or pre-done, whatever these are called again?
Udon
noodles. Or, you know, pre-grated ginger or garlic or whatever makes life so much easier when you're trying to cook stuff. And yes, I'm showing off with my little wok flip.
He has some wok hay going on.
You don't want to let nothing burn, but you do want to let stuff heat through so that the noodles aren't cold and sticky. That's starting to look pretty good. The noodles are not quite so stiff. They're getting a little limber. Should we throw the...
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, you want it to cook for a minute or so.
Yeah, you do.
Some green onions, some... Is it pajan? No, John is the pancake. These are just pa.
Young pa.
Young pa. I knew there was a pa in there somewhere.
Pajeon is the pancake.
Is the pancake, right, yeah. For as long as I've lived in Korea, my grasp of Korean is terrible. Oh yeah, look at that chicken.
So this is a good choice then?
Noodles are cooked through.
And that is apparently how you test your udon noodles, huh?
How you test any noodle. Well, I mean, spaghetti noodles, you can throw it at the fridge or something and see if it sticks. That generally tells you if it's done.
Not in my house.
But thick noodles, you need to test them and see if they're cooked all the way through.
If you throw noodles at the fridge, mayhem would be attacking our fridge. So, for the last bit of this, you get a little bit of pepper for garnish. You get sesame seed for garnish.
It says a little bit, but remember you got to get it throughout the dish.
And sesame oil.
Trying to Instagram?
I'm gonna Instagram you. You okay with that?
Go ahead.
All right.
All right. Let's get...
We're gonna plate this and we'll be right back.
All right. So here we are post-cooking. I'm ready to try a little of this.
I'm over here eating. He's getting close-ups.
I might have added a little too much sesame oil, but
I think it's good.
not like way too much, just a little too much. But so the udon noodles are good and cooked through, but not so cooked that they're mushy. The veggies got a good veggie taste to them, crunch to them. Are they crunchy?
There's still a little crunch. I like the addition of the pepper. Bell pepper is always a good addition to this.
And yes, this is Kimchi Rednecks. We do actually eat kimchi, just not a lot. You also have to be careful because a lot of kimchis have fish stuff in it,
So,
like anchovy paste and shrimps and...
so if you did notice this, we did not add any gochugaru, we did not add any gochujang. So eating your kimchi with this gives you that little bit of kick that you might
Gives you
want.
a little spicy.
All right, let's see. Can I get... Ah.
Can you get a soybean?
All right, so like, subscribe, do the internet thing. 'Cause we're going to eat